Welcome back to Chaos Hills, where we build two cities on one map, and we are back again in Douglas, our river town. And yes, it's been a while since we've been here in our mountain town of Carson, but we need to go back to Douglas because we have something to do. We need to finish up our waterfront, or at least continue our waterfront. We want to build a fishing industry and make huge profits today. So let's keep going. Alright, and let's have a look at our fish overlay, and it's looking good here in the river. So maybe we can start by adding two fish industry buildings here right at this corner. We can connect everything up with our last build. This is what we built last episode, and maybe we can connect this up with this key road here, key wall road, so we have a nice connection to the new fish industry buildings. And I think we start with a fishing area right here. I guess in the dark blue area is the area where we get all the good fish. So we make this work by adding a pier to the fish industry main building. We can make it look a little bit nicer like this, and like a T shape, and then we connect it to the fish industry area, to the fishing area, connect it up, create a line, and there we go. We have our first fishing boat leaving our fish industry main building, our pier, and it's doing the job and bringing us some good money. And if you like what you see, please give this video a like and subscribe to my channel as well. Would be so amazing, guys. Thank you so much. And now let's build a second fishing route on the other side of this pier. And maybe we can add a little warehouse right here. And then we go to the other fish industry building and do the same, basically. And here we can maybe try this fish farming thing. I think the fish farm is this one, which creates different props and nets and whatever. So it creates basically fish farms. But I don't know how much I like it when all those different fish farms, all those props plop up in the water. So like this, different shapes and sizes. Also we have those small fishing boats for this one. This is nice. Yeah, I don't know what you think about those fish farms. Let me know in the comments. Anyway, let's continue our build. Let's continue our fish farm industry or our fishing industry. We can detail up this corner maybe with some keys, some key walls, and maybe some other props. We have those fishing containers, or however they are called. We have some fishers, some fisher sims we can add here. So let's see what we can do to detail up this corner. And you can see the first trucks coming in doing the job. So let's go. Maybe we can make $100,000 an hour would be made with our fish farm. You can already see we are already making good amount of money. I think we can make even more. So look at this. We have those fishers right here. Let's add those here and there. And let's see what we can do in terms of detailing. And you know what, I not only detail on YouTube, I also do this on Twitch. I have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/chaosfan. You can follow me there, and I have a Discord as well. So if you want to meet me on the other platforms, I would be happy to meet you there. All the links are in the video description, of course. And now let's finish off this area. Okay, I connected the road to the rest of our avenue. Here you can see it next to our landfill site, and I want to share some love to our landfill. Sounds a little bit weird, right? But I want to extend our landfill by adding this custom one right here on the other side of the road, so everything comes together. I want to add some custom garbage truck parking, a custom depot. It won't be functional, but it will look cool, and it will fill up our spaces. So we just have a nice huge footprint of our landfill site. Let's add a fence around everything, and then we go in and finish off our detailing, our garbage detailing. Let's go. And look at this, before we notice, we already make $100,000 an hour. Isn't this amazing? And I want to come in and create even more profit. And I want to add this fish factory right here. So we will see what we can do in terms of fish factory. This is, I think, a new building which came with the fish update. Is it? It's not called the fish update. But you know what I mean. Anyway, I think we will make even more profit. And I think it's a good idea to add it right next to the fish industry buildings, the fish factory. So they have very short delivery times. So the truck only needs to go out and just go across the road and deliver everything to the fish industry. So let's share some love to this fish industry building. We can add a little bit more grass, and then I want to add some more warehouses. They won't have any function, but I think this is a good idea. And this is maybe another space for some shipping containers or anything else. I don't know yet. I haven't decided yet. Maybe you have an idea what we can add here in this space. And now, last time I added the first ferry stop, and now I maybe want to continue and add the second one, so we can create our first ferry line in Douglas, in Chaos Hills. So let's very carefully squeeze it in here somehow. Ooh. Yeah, there we go. Now it works. And then we have to see if we can connect it up with this narrow boatway tool. Yeah, it works. We can create junctions, if we want to call it like this. So we can create some junctions right here. This is cool. Yeah, and you know, all our public transport in the city is red, so we make our first ferry line red as well. One ferry is okay for now. One will turn around no time at all. And there we go, we have our first ferries coming out. I'm not sure if everyone will use it right now, but I mean, we have it. We have the money, we can afford it now, thanks to our fish industry. And I think this is cool. So much going on here. We have the fishing boats, we have the big cargo ships, and now we have the ferry. So much ship traffic. I like to see a busy harbor area. This is cool. And now let's add, as I said earlier, those fishing warehouses. We can pretend they are connected to this factory, to the fish factory. Yeah, we can add a whole bunch of those just to fill in the space a little bit and make it look a little bit more interesting, as we always do. And maybe for this little corner we can zone a single industry building. We haven't zoned in a while, right? So we can get away with this. This is fine. And if you want to support my channel, you can become a YouTube member for only 99 cents. You get some special emotes, a special Discord row, sneak peeks, and more. So consider doing this. The link is in the video description as well. And now I want to add a cargo train terminal. And I also added a cargo line already, which goes to the outside world, to the neighboring city. So I think this is a good idea to bring some cargo traffic to the rails and not everything on the roads. So we detail up a little bit. I've connected it to our train network. Nothing spectacular, so I didn't show the whole process, but it's there. Believe me, you saw the train. And now we need to fill in the last spaces with maybe some different industry buildings. We can add different buildings and again detail those up so they fill in all the space pretty good. And nothing special, but I think it's alright. I think it looks okay when we detail it up. We can add some different props, a new fence, of course some decals to make it look less perfect, as we always do. And yeah, let's see what else we can find to fill in our huge harbor area. And for this weird triangle space, we can maybe add a huge truck parking. We'd add some trucks and trailers right here. A whole bunch of trucks and trailers just to fill in the space. I think this isn't the most unrealistic thing in the world, right? So we can maybe add some dirt again, and maybe they just park their trucks here if they don't need them. And next to this truck parking, I want to add some more industry buildings, or maybe some office buildings. But no, let's see, we don't have any office to be in. So we continue by adding some more industry, and now let's look at this. how dirty it gets. This is how it has to look in such an area, right? We can maybe extend the footprint of this cargo train terminal even further. And look at this, the small passenger train passes by. So busy train traffic, busy ship traffic, and not that busy traffic on the road. That's ideal, I think. No one's getting stuck. This is what I like to see. So now let's add some more industry here around this area, and then we maybe can add some trees to separate the industry from the rest of the city a little bit. So we add some nice grass surfaces, and then we can add a whole bunch of our usual tree pattern. Let's go. Okay, we created this nice custom parking lot. We connected this with some invisible roads so it gets functional. Those are the parking lots by Dome. You can download them on PDX mods. Anyway, now let's go in with the last bits and pieces. We can maybe add a surface. This is Rizzo's nice port surface. It looks pretty amazing. You don't have to add anything else. It's by itself already a nice surface. And then we again add some dirt and some imperfections, and then I think we are finished with this area. I mean, we have one huge gap here in the middle which we will fill out next time. Maybe we can add a modular port. I think the modular port doesn't have to be connected to the water, so maybe we can add something like a modular warehouse thing. I don't know, I haven't had a look into the modular port thing. We will find something. That's it for today. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Next time I promise we will be back in Carson, our mountain town. And now have a good one. I'm Chaos Fun and see you in the next episode. Bye bye.